Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
All right, folks, so we are here right at the Mecca of New Orleans, Jackson Square, which is actually the center of New Orleans, if you think about it. Right behind me, you have General Jackson, the statue of General Jackson. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the history behind this square. In 1721, this square was called the place of arms, where the French soldiers used to come and gather their weapons and ammunitions to guard the city of New Orleans. Fast forward, in 1815, Andrew Jackson won the battle here in New Orleans against the French, and as a result of that, they called this square Jackson Square. Today, since 1960, this has become a national monument for many people that come from all over the world to visit New Orleans. So if you are here in New Orleans, hey, listen, this is the place you gotta come and visit. And right behind Jackson, the statue of Jackson, you'll see the Cathedral of St. Louis Cathedral, which is also... Man, I'm over here at Waffle Times, over here in downtown New Orleans with my man Khalil, man, Khalil, my man is from Syria, man.
Yeah, I was from Syria.
Khalil, why you came to New Orleans, man?
Everybody love New Orleans. New Orleans, beautiful city. It's old, and it's fun city. It's party city, and especially Jackson Square.
Jackson Square, man.
I came because I love the city and for business,
and for business, right?
Business is so good.
So this is your business?
Yeah, that's my business.
Hey, listen, guys. Waffles and all kinds of stuff from scratch. Ice cream from scratch. Khalil and his people are rocking it they're knocking out of the park, man. Love it. Love this place, the vibe, and awesome. Khalil, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, listen, guys, if you are in Jackson Square, New Orleans,
yeah, come visit us.
I want you to come and visit Waffle Time. It's right next door to the square.
We do the best bubble waffle in the state. You know?
Yeah, I know. I already tried.
It's here. Yeah.
You don't have to sell it to me, man. This is the place. Listen, if you come here, tell him that Tino sent you. Hey, give him a deal. Give him a deal. If Tino sent you over here, give him a deal. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right. Good deal. All right,
Thank you for coming, guys.
All right. Take care. Louisiana Vibes.
So much.
Okay, let's go.
All right, folks. Like I promised, I have a Gen Z with me here today who's going to help us kind of navigate, what is in their mind as far as buying or renting properties out there. And we really want to get into, what is their mindset currently. So with me here today, I have Molly. And I will let Molly kind of tell a little bit about herself. Molly, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. So I graduated from LSU 2 years ago.
By the way, we did an LSU episode not long ago. Oh, yeah.
To check that out.
Love it.
And like, share, and subscribe. So I started going to LSU in 2018. 2 years later is when COVID hit. So I moved back in with my parents at that time, and I stayed there through the rest of the college because they lived 10 minutes from campus. It didn't make sense to have my own place. Then major family things changed. We had a death in the family, so I stayed there when I graduated. And then after I graduated, I decided to go into the Navy and not pursue film, which I graduated in. So it took about a year and a half to process with them. So again, it didn't really make sense to buy my own home at that time. Also, I couldn't afford it. But
that's a key point there. A lot of you guys, a lot of you millennials coming out of college with student loans. I don't know if that is your case, but student loans and things like that can't afford to buy a property. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about strategies around that for the millennials and Gen Z. Okay, so you were saying that you stay with your parents, and so what's going on today? What's happening?
Right. So today, about a month ago, I got a job where I could sustain a house note, basically.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah.
All right.
Go Tigers. So now I am looking into buying a condo.
Okay. So that kind of leads me to the next question. What is motivating you to actually buy a property today? Why you are thinking about that at this point?
Well, I'm 25 now, so I'm feeling like it's time to step into the world on my own, become an
Hmm.
independent adult. Um, and now that I have the income to support that, I think it's just time.
It's just time. Good deal. So congratulations from graduating from LSU, Louisiana State University. That's why hey,
Thank you.
we are Louisiana vibes. You know,
Yes.
hey, that's why we're here because we're bringing the vibes of Louisiana, and Molly is kind of like an epitome of what Louisiana is all about. From Louisiana, graduating from LSU, Louisiana State University, and now pursuing to buy a property. Good. So let's go to the next question. So Molly, so you're looking for a property, okay? You know, you just graduated from LSU a couple years ago. You landed your dream job, kind of, so to
Yeah.
speak. You know, getting a salary that can, allow you to buy a property at this point. You're even thinking and considering that. So let me ask you this: for the folks out there, what are the determining factor in your budget? I
Mhm.
mean, why you guys? So, how your budget looks like? What determine that budget? And also, what are the factors playing into that decision?
Yeah, that's a great question, Tino. So some of the factors that are playing into that is first of all the down payment that I have to put on this condo.
Wait,
So
wait, wait.
I'm looking at purchasing about a $100,000 condo,
Okay.
and 20% of that would be about $20,000.
Okay.
So I'm really saving up for that down payment and a little bit extra, of course, to have emergency fund and then all the other expenses that go into purchasing property. So yeah, for budgeting, I'm really the boring budgeting stuff, taking out the essentials, and I'm putting away a lot. Now, while I'm living with my parents, they're very gracious, and I have the opportunity to save a lot while I'm living there. So I'm putting over half my paycheck into savings every month.
That's awesome. Well, good for you. Good for you. Interesting that you mentioned that you already know your budget, $100,000. So what I mean is that you already know what your cash flow is at this moment, and you know what your down payment is gonna be, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. This might be a very personal question, but how long did it take you to get to that?
Well, if I didn't have any expenses, it would take me about 4 months, but I do have expenses, so it's going to be about 6 months. So
Okay.
I'm looking at the end of 2025.
Okay. The end of 2025. So we're looking at what? 5 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking
December,
about.
January,
All
probably.
right. So who's gonna be your realtor? Let me ask you. Let me ask you that
Do you know
question.
anybody?
Yeah. How about the guy named Tino Soto?
I think so.
All right. That's what I'm talking. Good deal. That's a good
Yeah.
answer, by the way.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome work there. All right. So let's move it on to support systems because younger people, younger generation, they really need to get some support out there, some resources. People need to help them. There gotta be some tools out there that can help them make the right decision. So, who or what resources have you relied on for your support and guidance through this process, Molly?
Yeah, great question. So I've had a lot of support with this. First and foremost, my parents. They were the ones encouraging me to start saving when I was 18, had my first job and everything. Um, so they've helped a lot. Definitely you. Frankly, this is not just a paid endorsement, but yeah, you're the first one to tell me about buying a condo, what goes into that, and everything, directing me to realtor.com, which is how I could see the listings. And then for budgeting, I use Every Dollar by the Dave Ramsey Group, and I
Mhm.
pay for the premium version, which is very helpful. This is also not a paid endorsement for Every Dollar, but it's been super helpful for budgeting. So
By the way, David Ramsey should be paying me right now, for
yes,
you mentioning them
yeah,
over here on my
it could be a
channel.
paid endorsement.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that money coming in. But anyhow, but that's good. Good advice to those folks, to those millennials out there that are listening. How Molly is getting ready, getting prepared for that moment. 6 months from now, she's looking at buying her own condo, having her own property, and what are some of the resources that she utilizing at this very moment. Thank you for that feedback. Um, what kind of advice you want to provide to those millennials, Gen Z out there? Because You are in a very unique situation, Molly, and that is that you are 24 years old. So you're technically a Gen Z,
Yes.
okay?
I'm
But
25 actually.
25, okay, 25. But it's interesting that the data shows that the average
Okay, let's
first-time
go.
home buyer today, 2025, is 38 years old.
Really?
So you are way ahead of the curve. Okay, way ahead of the curve. So what can you tell that 30-year-old? By the way, one of them is my son. He's 30. Get a property.
Okay, let's go.
But yeah, what kind of advice you can provide anyone who is beyond your age? 30, 32, 35, 38-year-old. That's the average age in 2025 right now, first-time home buyers. It just blew my mind when I saw the statistics from the National Association of Realtors,
Okay, let's
which
go.
I'm a member of. That's why I have that data available for myself. It just really blew my mind. 38 years of age.
But that
How
doesn't-
can they become a property owner?
Yeah. But I want to clarify first. Does that mean it's the average age of moving out is 38,
Okay,
or
let's
just
go.
purchasing
First-time
the
home
property?
buyer.
Okay. So they might be renting, but
They
not
might be renting,
necessarily-
but not an owner of a property.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, you're 24, you're way ahead of the curve.
Like as early as you can.
Okay, let's
first
go.
job. Putting as much into savings as you possibly can, and keeping it there
Keeping it there.
if you can.
Stop partying.
Yeah. Stop the drinking, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the biggest thing. After that, I would say try to get some side hustles.
Okay, let's go.
Because I know it can be hard to get that higher paying job where you can afford to save.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm starting to get into freelance photography and a little bit of dog sitting. Dog sitting is a super simple way to make some money. So stuff like that, and just put it right into savings.
That's humility right
Okay,
there.
let's go.
I mean, that's really being humble. And just telling up front to you guys, hey, listen, you gotta hustle. Dog sitting, right? Dog sitting, part-time jobs beyond the job you currently have, right? Which is corporate job you have at this moment. You're working for a local newspaper, but
let's go.
but you're doing all of the above to really make sure that that American dream comes true.
Yes.
That is awesome. Well, thank you, Molly, for your time. I appreciate you being here in Louisiana Vibes. And as you saw at the beginning of this video, man, we're showing you everything about Louisiana
Okay,
and
let's
what really makes Louisiana a great place to live. I'm telling you, hey, Puerto Rican, I thought that Puerto Rico was the greatest place on earth, but man, Louisiana, you got it going on. Love the culture over here.
It's true.
Thank you so much, Molly, for being here with us.
Thank you too.
Hey, guys,
Okay, let's
don't
go.
forget, subscribe, share, and like it. Really appreciate it. Look at the comments. I'm going to be providing some resources for you guys. As Molly mentioned, some of those resources are going to be over here for you. Make sure you tap into those.
Okay, let's go.